Hey guys, how's everything going? I hope everyone's doing well today. So I've decided to try YouTube instead of Instagram because I've been having a lot of trouble uploading my videos to Instagram, and it is beyond frustrating. And I'm not about that level of frustration. It feels unnecessary. So I'm going to try this instead and see how this works. Today, I want to share with you another experience that I had. And so I'm going to title this Allowing Delusions to Fall. So as you can tell, I am a bit under the weather. I have a cold. I have been dealing with this since Tuesday. Today is Friday. Fever's already broke and everything, but it's just all kind of collected up here. It's whatever. So with this illness, I have been chatting with several friends about it because it seemed to me that this year I have dealt with a lot of illnesses, everything from pneumonia to stomach viruses to shingles to a head cold, and it has just seemed to be consistent. I'm just like, as soon as I get better, something else is coming along, and it seemed out of the ordinary for me, and yet I was questioning, does this happen often? And what I had come to the conclusion of is that, like I had been getting sick, but it's like after I get sick, I kind of lose the memory of it. And the reality of it is that I had been touting for years about how wonderful my health was and how I hardly ever get sick and all of these things. And then suddenly I'm coming to this realization that, no, I'm not as healthy as I think I am. I mean, I am healthy, but I do get sick quite often, 4 or 5 times a year, which to me is a lot. That's a lot. And so in chatting with one of my friends, who is probably the closest to me, she confirmed that I do get sick 4 or 5 times a year. And having her say this to me literally took this delusion of health that I had and ripped it off like a friggin' Band-Aid. And I felt this enormous wave of emotions come over me. I was angry. I was embarrassed. I was scared. I'm looking at my journal because I wrote it all out, and I thought, let me share this with you guys. So I'm looking at all of the emotions that I wrote down. I did feel very humiliated. And somewhat insulted. And that was the trigger moment for me. When I feel insulted by something that someone has said to me, before I dive into all of the emotions that are already coming up, I stop and I pause and ask myself, why do I feel insulted? Because if I didn't at least think that what they were saying is true, I wouldn't feel insulted. And so that immediately stopped everything for me, and I decided to let all of that emotion go and think about it logically. Yes, I did feel embarrassed because I had been talking about how healthy I was and how I hardly get sick. And, the fear came from being judged by those people whom I had spoken these words to. And the reality of it is, none of that really freaking matters. Because God, Spirit, is bringing to my awareness my health, and that I need to do something to improve it. I have been isolated for several years, and now I am much more socially active. I have pretty much abolished the social phobia that I had once suffered, and now I am consistently socializing. And because of this, I need to strengthen my immune system. And I'd been ignoring Spirit's calling to this for several years. And so I just allowed all of that to wash away. And I said, I'm not going to carry this, because I'm grateful in this moment. I'm just thanking God, thanking Spirit for bringing to my awareness my health issues, so that I can then ask instead, what do I need to do to correct this? What do I need to do to correct this? Insert your problem here. So rather than getting upset that your delusion is falling, let it go, let it fall. Let it fall. Like, I was so surprised how quickly I was able to move through this. I'm telling you, it was so amazing to just have this realization, like, wow, I have been in a delusion. I have been completely deluding myself. And I didn't get caught up in the emotion of that. And that was such a beautiful place to be. And so I encourage all of you that when something comes up to your awareness, don't get mad at the person who's bringing it to your awareness. Man, they're your freaking messenger. Have you ever heard the age-old phrase that says, don't shoot the messenger? Don't be shooting the freaking messenger. They're there to help you become aware of you, so that you can ask for the correct guidance to help you rise above whatever is coming to your awareness. And that's a beautiful thing. So now I get to focus on how to improve my health so that I can actually be as I thought I was, which is healthy. And I mean, that's not to say, again, that I'm not healthy, because I have come a long way. Anybody who's known me from my past knows that, at one time I had topped out somewhere around the 315-pound range. I had high cholesterol, I had high blood pressure, I had fatty liver disease, I was pre-diabetic. I had a host of health issues. I was dying very, very rapidly in my early 30s. And I remember my doctor saying to me that she said, it's not a matter of if you might, or might have a heart attack. It's when. Like, you are literally a ticking time bomb. And if you want to be able to see your son graduate from high school, I think he had 2 years left. She says, you have to do something. You have to. You must. Because I was so sick, and with all of the fatty liver disease and everything, I couldn't even take medication for the ailments that I had. And I believe this was all divinely guided as well, to push me towards feeding my body better and shedding all that extra weight that I didn't need to have. To date, I have lost 155 pounds. I have kept it off for 6 years. Well, it's been a 6-year journey, but I have not put that weight back on. I have fluctuated a little bit here and there, but overall I've kept the weight off, and it's been 6 years since I started that journey. So I'm very proud of that. And so this is just the next milestone for me as far as my health and recovery. So for all of you, again, I just encourage you to take those steps. Take that thing that's coming to your awareness that is causing you to feel some kind of way, and evaluate why you feel that way. And if it's actually not true for you, then ask yourself, why do I believe this is true? And what do I do to change it? Always, always, what do I do to change? Insert issue here. That's how you ask for your guidance. What do I need to do? What steps do I need to take? And then believe it's going to come, and wait for the guidance, because it's going to come. But when it comes, be willing to take those steps. So that's my word for you guys today. I love you all so much. And as always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you so much for sharing in this space with me. I love you all so much. And I'm grateful that I have been gifted and to be able to create this space for us and for healing and for knowledge and sharing. So, as always, if you guys have a comment, if you have a question, you guys can message me directly. You can comment on this video. I'm going to list my Instagram in the description for this so that you guys can follow me there if you want to as well. I don't have a Facebook link up yet, but I'm working on it. I'm just not a huge fan of social media, so if any of you out there are willing to gift some time to help me with all of this digital stuff, I would be most grateful. I'm not a social media fan. I tend to get a little caught up in it. So if you guys out there know someone who is willing to gift their time and help me, I would be very grateful. So that's it for today. I love you all so much. I wish you a happy, joyous, and safe day. Bye-bye.